I'm Claire Johnston, and welcome to Curiously Claire. I've been in the music industry for over 40 years, and I've been lucky enough to go to amazing places and meet incredible people. One of whom I'm privileged enough to have in studio today for my very, very first episode of Curiously Claire, my very good friend and a heroine of mine, the amazing Penelope Jane Dunlop, PJ Powers, Thandeka. Welcome.
What a welcome. Thank you, Claire.
No, thank you.
I'm very excited to be your first guest. Very.
I'm very honoured that you are my first guest. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I'd like to kick off, if I may, because I've been thinking all about how long we've known each other, and I thought back to the first time I ever met you, because obviously I was very, very aware of you. I was a fan. And we, Mango Groove, were chosen in 1987, and I joined the band in 85, chosen to support you and your band Hotline on a national tour. We were going to all the universities.
Yeah.
So there was a big bus parked outside on Empire Road. I'm convinced you will have no recollection of this.
I'm with you so far.
You are?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I went sort of to the back of the bus, which is what I used to do when I was on the school bus. I go to the back and sort of sit in the corner and sort of hide away a bit. And next thing, there you are walking towards me. And my heart sort of jumped and I sort of went internally, but I tried to be cool. And next thing you came over and you said, hi. And I can't remember if you said PJ or Penelope, but whatever it was, you were warm and above all, self-deprecating. And
I still am.
You are one of the most self-deprecating people I've ever met. But it had the wonderful effect of making me completely relaxed.
Oh, I'm so glad. I love it
thank
when I
you
hear
for that.
No, we had fun.
We had
a lot of fun on that tour.
All those universities, all the late nights, all the craziness.
Alistair breaking his leg.
And from then on, we all got to fly instead of going on the bus. So thank you, Alistair.
So we know what to do. The next time we're on a tour bus, push your guitarist off the stage
and
break a leg and
his
get
leg.
on the plane.
You're giving me all sorts of ideas now. And Alistair, what an amazing man, and I'm so sorry for the loss.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear, I've done some reading obviously, but you and I have never spoken about your early years. How did it begin for you? Were you always in love with music?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I think I'm a bit of a liar. I think I was in love with the idea. When I was 5 years old, I used to walk around our house because my mum had 3 kids in 3 years, and then 6 years later, she fell pregnant with me.
Wow.
So they were a club, so, you know, in terms of only child, they were at boarding school, I was alone, so and a little bit of...
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're young, age is huge. And I used to walk around with you know those cassette players that would like record?
Oh, yes.
With a red button and then rewind, fast forward. And I had a little microphone and I'd walk around after my sister. And I'd say, please won't you interview me?
Wow.
And she was so sweet. She was so patient. And I was an American because, you know, if you were going to be anyone in the world, you had to speak with an American accent.
Absolutely.
You know, so I developed at the age of 5 this full-on American accent. And in my head, I was a famous star coming back from America to do a homecoming tour of my country.
Nice.
At 5.
At 5, you see? There was no holding you back.
Yeah. So I don't know whether it was fame part, but I always knew that I could sing.
Absolutely.
I don't ever have a conscious memory of ever wanting to do or be anything else.
Anything else. And when did that start sort of manifesting? I mean, was it school productions, all of that normal sort of thing as a child?
Yeah. It was school productions. You know, you and I have had such a similar trajectory.
Yes.
I mean, although you were a famous kid because you were in that big musical. But you were in Annie, weren't you?
I was in Annie, but I was Tessie the Crybaby.
Yes.
I was Tessie the Crybaby.
I love
Some things
that.
have never changed.
Okay. I just did the school play things. And then I was 17. I matriculated in the December. And in the March, I auditioned for an all-girl band. We were in Natal, in KZN, what was then Natal, the last outpost. And I joined a band called Panther, all-girl band, and we won a talent competition. And by July, we were in Johannesburg.
Okay.
And we got to be managed by Eddie Eckstein. That was one of our prizes.
Wow, and of course he was in the Bats. He was hugely famous.
But you know, the irony of it, because he was a comedian, and that's kind of how it turned out. I mean, Eddie and I are still incredibly friendly. It just was something. the bad, we were so bad.
Were you bad?
Well, I think so. I was terrible. But, and the other girls were much older than me. I was 17. And,
yes.
Anyway, somehow, and that was the day that I met Mike Fuller.
Aha.
Which
that was a big day.
Yes, it was a huge day. He gave me his business card, but I said, no, managed by Eddie Exty. And then when the band split up, my sister had kept his card. And
yeah, she's always got your back.
She's always got my back. And I called Mike and he said, yeah, I'd love to see you. And it was, I mean, he became everything to me. At one point I thought I was in love with him. At one point he was a Svengali. He really was.
It is that's an understandable sort of thing that happens between a manager and
he steal all my money. Until no royalties came through, and I was writing 2 albums a year with Hotline.
Yeah.
But he was very good for my early years.
Okay.
I cannot dispute that he had a fantastic eye. I do not know how I managed to think I was talented, and I mean that, because I'm going to show you a picture, because you won't remember what I looked like in the beginning, and he spotted something.
Oh yeah,
and
I think it was probably very obvious.
I don't know. It took 4 days to record "You're So Good to Me."
Is that
I
terrible?
kept going sharp or flat. You are so good.
But hang on, was this possibly your first ever recording?
Yeah,
well,
it became a huge hit. It
Absolutely.
happened very, very quickly. And of course, without realizing it, I was listening to American and British music.
Yes.
I had and I was suddenly invited to play at the Jabulani Amphitheatre in Soweto. And I was 19 years old.
Well, that story's legendary.
1983.
83.
On Republic Day, which wasn't the ideal day to go rushing into Soweto. 4 white people. I mean, 5 white guys with like what do you call that thing? Mullet hairstyles.
Oh, the mullet
just
was
a bad dress sense. And it was my first soft landing.
Your first soft
The
landing?
first time I felt unconditional love.
Wonderful.
Was in South Africa as a young white girl.
Yeah?
In Soweto.
That's stunning.
Which for me, it was extraordinary. And it was a rock ballad. There was no plan.
Oh, that's what's so interesting about it.
There was no plan. It was VVO and Kansas City from Radio Zulu.
Oh, yes.
You just said, we're playing it.
That's amazing.
And,
But there was a huge authenticity to what you were doing. A huge conviction. I'll never forget, when we toured with you in 87, just being so blown away by your stage performance. You're powerful and you owned the stage. And I remember being very struck by that, because I was all kind of polite and careful and not sure what to do with myself, whereas there you were striding the stage.
No, probably because I was running from terrible fear. It's like the police were after me always or something.
No, I kind of relate to that. The moment I did start moving, I started moving quite frantically. Like, calm down. No, but you own, that stage presence thing is huge for you.
I was given a lot of confidence on that day in 1983 when I was given the name Thandeka.
Yeah.
That was the first real injection of unconditional love. I hadn't experienced it. You got loved if you were good.
Yeah.
You got loved if you were pretty. You got loved if you were thin.
Yes.
All of
those usual nonsenses. Yeah. No, but I can understand why people connected with you. 100%.
And it was just a beautiful day.
And then after that, what happened then? I mean, things obviously just got bigger and bigger and bigger for you.
Yeah. I suddenly was exposed to, I always loved Miriam Makeba.
Yes.
And that's how I was punished, is my mum used to hide the 7 singles of the Click song and Pata Pata. So I loved that. But apart from that, and then I suddenly was listening to Abakwanyana and Conrad Jacobo and Sipho Hot Sticks Mabuse and gosh, I mean, Ladies with Black Mambazo, and I thought, why am I listening to American?
But that was true for so many of us back in the day. We were. It was all about America.
What was that whole thing?
As white South Africans, I mean, it was all over the radio, and everything was so separated.
White English speaking South
White
Africans.
English.
Because the Afrikaners had their music,
that's true. But the white English thing has always been looking over there. North.
It's that sense of so-called belonging. I'm like, I do not belong anywhere near there.
No, I'm the same. I was born in England, but this is my home. I have no desire to live anywhere else.
I'm a true South African. I was born here.
No, well, that's beautiful. Yeah. But so then, yes, so after the stadium.
Well, it was an amazing thing. It was love and it was respect. And we just, listen, having said that, I had not a petrol bomb, I had a brick thrown through my window at home. That was at the time when the whites were calling me a traitor, and I was on that 100 list of people that needed to be taken out.
That's ridiculous,
isn't it?
We forget how bonkers this whole thing was. Lest we forget.
Yeah. And lest we go there again. It was just outrageous, you know. Yeah. And so I got nothing. I mean, when I did World and Union in 1995, that's when I started being accepted by the whites in this country. It'd been a whole 10 years of my career, and when I did, everybody did Jabulani, but when I did World and Union, I remember people saying, "There's that chick that does the rugby song." I'm like, "Where have you been for the last 10 years?"
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I, of course, was deep in the darkest townships having a jaw.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you know, doing an amazing thing, and you know, it was such a positive thing to be doing, and it
was fabulous,
natural thing for you to be doing. But you must have been really frightened. I mean, bricks coming through your windows.
I was frightened of the whites. Yeah, I was.
Understandably.
I never felt fear, but I was. When that brick came through my window, and then I had cars let down, and the K-word, you know, Butchie and whatever.
I had that as well.
Windscreen. But it didn't. The scales were so outweighed by this enormous tidal wave of love and
affection
and real friends.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. So prior to World and Union, because obviously the song Jabulani was written after.
Yes, it was You're So Good to Me. Then came Jabulani, then came Feel So Strong.
Feel So Strong with Steve Kekana.
Steve, yeah.
I loved
I loved him.
That song.
I was so sad when he died in COVID. He was my...
He died in COVID?
Friend, yeah.
Do you know, I never got to meet him.
You lie.
Never got to meet him.
Clever man.
Yeah, I heard so.
Very clever. He was an advocate, you know.
I did not know that either.
He did anything he wanted to do. He didn't want to be a singer. Okay. But when he wanted to be a professional football player.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when he got trachoma and went blind, his mum was amazing.
Oh.
And she said, one day you're going to wake up and you won't see the candle burning. I mean, this is I always get, you are not alone. And
That's
when
wonderful.
he told me that story, we were like this. You know. I would walk into the studio and he would say, "Yeah, Dunlop," he's called me. And I'd say to him, "How do you know I'm here?" He said, "Yeah, I can smell you, man." We were close and it was lovely, but that was a poignant, I could see, you know, one day you will wake and that you won't see the candle.
Wow. No, that's... Oof.
Yeah.
This is a very stupid question, but, you know, when you perform, are there songs you just can't stand performing that everyone wants you to sing? I'm speaking as someone who's in that situation herself sometimes.
Yeah. Mina angazi. I don't know if I want to answer this question.
Okay, you know what? Scrap that.
Yeah, because...
Scrap that. Let me put it differently.
I put Long Train Running in my set recently because we're doing a really funky version of that Doobie Brothers and I can't wait to get to it, if that gives you any...
I absolutely get that.
I mean, you can't say that when you start, when the moon, you're going to go, oh, God, again.
Do you know, I went through a phase of despising it, and now I'm back in love with it because of the effect it has on the audience. It's like...
Jabulani's again. I mean,
yes.
I went through, I thought, oh, please do I have to sing this song again? And now I see the joy.
Yes.
And I'm loving it again.
That's brilliant. You know, it's sort of cyclical, I think.
There is a big hit that I wrote that I loathe performing, but I'm not.
Okay,
you
don't have to. You don't have to say anything.
Some people are like, Ngege, she hates singing.
Of course, we all want to know what it is. I think I might know what it is, but I'm not saying anything. So, you know, I'm sure what's what we're talking about, that thing of, you record a new album, and you're in love with this new album, and you just want to perform the new album, and no one wants you to perform the new album, they want the old stuff. And you have to accept that as an artist, as a performer. And as you say, you fall back in love with the old stuff. It is all about, and it's about pleasing the audience, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Well, I mean, you can, if you have the confidence and you have the, which I don't have, and I know you don't have.
Two peas in a pod.
You know, you could be Johnny Clegg and refuse to do MP.
Did he get to that? Did he do that?
Yes, and you know, he did that in Switzerland, and he was not appreciated for it. I've always kind of had the motto in my head that once someone has paid to see me, which has allowed me to live my dream, the show's theirs. It's not mine.
I'm similar. I'm very similar.
It's their show.
Yeah.
You know.
So if they want a song and they've actually paid good money for that song.
I don't know how much of that still exists, but that is, I'm happy to carry that into the wooden box with me.
Yeah.
It's bode me well.
No, I'm with you. I'm very much with you. The whole AI thing, is it disturbing you in terms of what it's going to do potentially to our industry? Is it going to make us obsolete?
No.
I agree.
No.
What's your thinking?
I think it's I'll give you my true, honest opinion. When it came out in the beginning, it was fear, and fear is just, it's just fear
is knowledge,
is insecurity.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I thought, no, this is just ridiculous, and then I just thought, okay. I don't have a lot of old friends. I mean, my age friends. When I say old friends,
you are not old.
No, what I mean is I've got young friends.
Yes,
I got a lot.
yes.
I love young. I like to be with young people.
Yeah.
I like because that's where I learn. So I thought either you're going to get left behind or you can join. So I'm busy working on some stuff. I have done an AI. I wrote and I wrote the song and for the 16 Days of Activism Against Women.
Oh, fantastic.
Bang the Pot, and it was received really well, but the vocal is live, me singing. So I think the first person that cracks the merging of, in other words, don't worry about AI, be the first person that humanizes AI. That's where the success will lie.
Yeah.
So I've decided to completely embrace it. But not to the extent. I would never use lyrics. I would never write a letter. Facebook posts have become these diatribes. Somebody that couldn't really speak English 3 weeks ago suddenly speaks the King's English, and I'm like, hang on.
Yeah.
This is, and I think that part of it, I don't want to be what I'm not. So
that's right. It's authenticity, isn't it?
So I think AI, if it makes things better, I'm for it. Where I fear AI is I really fear it from a war point of view. We're experiencing it now.
That's very true.
Apart from the fact that Donald Trump is an asshole. Excuse me, sorry, but
and is losing his mind
and his dementia
in front of our very eyes.
Exactly, and he went off about, and they said that was fake news. When the president of the so-called free world believes, fake news. And I don't get the point of fake news. Why would people have it in them to terrify other people?
It's the strangest thing. I agree. I don't understand that impulse to try and... I guess some people just have personality disorders, and this is how it plays.
We have serial killers now.
Yeah.
People that make the war look worse.
No, that's right. As if you couldn't. Bad enough. Let's make it even worse. No, I agree. I think what worries me is that lack of authenticity. I've been duped a few times recently where I've looked at something and I've sort of joyfully sent it on because it's a feel-good, lovely thing, and next thing it's like, that was AI. So now I don't know what to trust anymore. I'm finding that very difficult.
I can see now. That's why I went in the search of it, because you got to look out for the shadows. You got to look out. Listen.
Okay.
It's not perfect. I can't see an AI beautiful thing that you send on, but what scares me more is reading that they are going to take old classic films and children's films and do them in 30 minutes because the concentration problem.
It's so
and Disney
small.
and Universal and all the big studios are buying into this.
That's
and
a problem for me.
What is a child doing that it can't spend, doesn't have the concentration to sit through The Lion King in full? Why does it have to be edited?
Condensed to
for
this.
a child?
Yeah, no. That worries me, I must say.
Yeah, that for me is a bit like thalidomide. I think it's just as bad because we are squashing the brains.
Yeah, it's a good.
And as it is, as adults, we put our USBs into our children's heads and said, "This is how you must think."
I'm seeing in myself the concentration thing is shocking, and sort of dopamine hits that you get from all this exposure to these quick.
I will not watch SFVs. I am not interested in watching any short form video.
Okay.
If something is not a minute long, I'm not interested in it.
Okay. No, that's good. I think that's the thing is one has to be disciplined. You've got to be disciplined about screen time, about all these things, and especially with children. I mean, you and I, we don't have children.
Aren't we clever?
So we're not having to navigate.
All the money's for us.
We're not all the money's for us. So we don't have to navigate all these terribly difficult things. That it must be hell to be a parent these days.
Oh, I think the parents are creating the monsters.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have been slapped about the face or wherever my mother would slap me, And I was watching, I love him, the comedian, who's talking, that doesn't exist. I mean, white children, the parents, and it's a white thing.
Yeah.
These new yummy mummies, and they've got the two kids, and that one must be heard. And shut up, man. You've got nothing to say. You know nothing.
Yeah.
And, you go into Lindley, a friend of mine, she's got two kids. She's a black woman. And she said, go into the bedroom, I'm coming to beat you. I said, it's illegal. She said, man. And they got
Yeah, I think it has gone a bit soggy potentially.
Oh.
I don't know.
Do you know that there's somebody at St. Stithians who identifies
as a wolf
and is allowed to go and howl?
Yeah. That's a little bit crazy for me.
I'm like, then you must go to the vet when you get sick.
That's a very good point.
And then you must eat what wolves eat.
You want to
identify? I'm cool. You can identify as a camel. But be it.
No, fair enough. Absolutely. Out into the desert with you. No, it's madness, isn't it? I don't know. The modern world is a bit scary. I try to view things as well, that's this Curiously Claire thing is all about. Being curious about, especially people.
Well, you're intelligent.
Oh,
you're
thank you very
very
much.
Bright. That's what you are.
Thank you.
I'm just sitting here. If you want.
Oh, that's a massive compliment.
Yeah.
And future. You've had some health scares.
I had some health scares. I'm actually on sabbatical at the moment.
Good.
Good. I will start performing on the 14th of June, and basically, the future is I'm doing something. It's going to sort of be podcast form. We're busy doing it, but it's the two books, and I don't want to do I'm more storytelling and anecdotal.
Lovely.
And not reading.
Yeah.
I don't want an ebook. I want to do something no other people do. That's
yes.
Yeah.
But I think people more and more want that human connection, want the human content, want that, especially given the time of AI. So yeah, I think that all sounds super exciting. But the performing, do you still love it?
I know that I will love it again after the 6 months.
After the 6 months.
I'm starting to get like this, but I was ready to,
I get that. There are times where you just think I need a bit of a break, and then you fall back in love when you come back and you feel fresh and
I'll be honest,
ready again. Well, I'm excited to see what you do next.
Thank you, Claire.
I look forward to seeing more of you in the future.
Yes, and personally,
that's actually what I meant.
Yes, okay, good.
And thank you again so much for being here.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. I love being here.
Well,
and I just, what I want to, I know that Curiously Claire is going to be a success because you're a wonderfully engaging human being, and I shall share it. So send it my way.
Thank you so much. What a lovely thing to say.
Absolute pleasure.
It's been an absolute joy chatting to you. I feel very blessed to have you here today. Thank you so much. Lots of love.